In 2 weeks, South Dakota's 2026 legislative session will begin. Representatives and senators will travel to Pierre to make laws and send a budget to the governor. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Dan Santella looks ahead to the session through the eyes of 6 lawmakers.
As the legislative session approaches, property taxes are set to have lawmakers' attention.
Most of the legislators that I've been talking to and hear from are talking about property tax relief in one form or another. And that might mean some guardrails on spending or how we're using property tax dollars.
Of course, property tax relief will be a conversation we will have.
It was a big topic last session, and not much came out of it, unfortunately. So I do think it just has risen the bar even further on that for this session. So I think property tax will be a big issue.
Property tax reform is definitely going to be a big topic this year. I think a lot of people are feeling the pressure since we're seeing in certain counties that we clearly need a closer look. But I also don't think a one-size solution makes sense for the whole entire state.
Overall, budgetary concerns are front and center.
I think South Dakotans are going to witness a legislature this year that will have a large amount of discussion around what is our revenue picture going to look like, what does our tax system look like, and how do we actually make this thing fair?
We're going to have a real discussion about whether we're a state that can still build things, whether it's infrastructure or any development, any new housing. There are some folks who say we shouldn't build any of those things at all, and folks who think we should get up and running again.
I think some of the other big issues that we're going to hear come up is regarding the budget, the cash flow, the economic state that that we're in, and are we able to take care of our state's obligations? So I think that's going to be a conversation.
With regard to economic development, Republican Senator John Carley of the Piedmont area outlines 2 viewpoints.
There's a version of these public-private partnerships where the government's giving money or picking and choosing winners and losers. And there's a separate version that I would subscribe to, and I think a number of people subscribe to, and that's the idea of that it's get the government out of the way, limited government, lower taxes, less regulation.
He believes this issue will figure prominently during the session. Additionally, education looks poised to receive attention.
Education's been a little bit under attack in the last several years, and we're going to have a real conversation about how we should best support our schools, our students, and the parents raising these kids.
There's a lot of work behind the scenes as far as education. Plenty of legislators are not okay with providing that 0% increase for education. Technically is a cut. And so definitely we'll have a couple bills moving forward.
Governor Larry Roden has proposed a 0% increase in state aid to K-12 education. Yuri Balk says education legislation could go in different directions.
Of either tweaking the funding formula just a tiny bit, or just trying to see what we can do with some one-time funds to help out education.
I'm really hopeful that we focus on public education.
Pierre's balance of power tilts strongly toward the GOP. Republicans hold 97 seats compared to the Democrats' 8.
I'm excited to work across the aisle and work with my other colleagues. And I think there's some exciting, great bills that are going to be coming forward. There's also plenty of defense to be played.
Nevertheless, when it comes to moving legislation through the halls of the Capitol toward the governor's desk, unity could prove challenging, despite how more than 90% of the legislature belongs to the same party.
Although the supermajority of South Dakota is so wildly fractured.
Yeah, I think consensus is going to be hard to come by this year. I mean, when we look at the biggest challenges facing this state, from infrastructure to education to economic growth and prosperity, it just doesn't seem like there's a real consensus among the majority of legislatures how to get that done.
Answers to how the session will unfold, however, are quickly approaching. The session's first legislative day, when Roden will give his State of the State address, is set for January 13th. With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Dan Santella.
More than 3 dozen bills are already filed for the upcoming legislative session. KELOLAND News will have team coverage leading up to and during the session, including from our Capitol News Bureau reporter who is always there, Bob Mercer.